Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode in our Quick Fix series. Quick Fixes are short podcast episodes, typically 10 to 20 minutes long, designed to give you a basic overview of various aspects and processes of our government. In our last episode, Andy took us through the process of registering to vote. In this episode, we're going to pick up where Andy left off and talk about what to do next. In other words, how to go about actually voting. We'll talk about how to verify your registration, find your precinct, and what to bring with you. Lastly, even though here at Let's Pod This, we're not in the business of telling you who you should vote for or how you should vote on those pesky state questions, we will give you some tips on where you can get some great information to help you make those decisions for yourselves. So let's get started. All right, you've registered to vote. Now what? Well, the first step is to know when there is an election in which you're eligible to vote. The easiest way to do that is visit the website for your county election board. I live in Oklahoma County, so I went to the homepage for the Oklahoma County Election Board. If you Google Oklahoma County Election Board, it's the first search result listed. The web address is oklahomacounty.org/388/election-board. Once there, you'll see the navigation pane on the left side of the screen. The fourth button listed is Election Dates. Just click there, and you'll be taken to a page that lists all of the elections in Oklahoma County for the year. Now, if this sounds like more work than you want to put in, or you don't feel like putting all the election dates for the year into your phone, there's an easier way. For that, just visit the State Election Board website, which can be found at www.ok.gov/elections. Once at the homepage, you'll see a pop-up in the lower right-hand corner asking if you want to subscribe for updates. If you choose to subscribe, you will get email reminders for all the upcoming elections in your county, as well as some additional information if you choose. This is the easiest way to know when you have an election coming up. Of course, if you follow Let's Fix This on Twitter and Facebook, and we hope you do, we will also do our best to have regular posts on upcoming elections throughout Oklahoma. So, you subscribe to the updates from the State Election Board, and you just got your first notice. But now you need to know where to go. Fortunately, you can get that information in just a few clicks. Return to the State Election Board homepage, and you'll notice the blue navigation bar across the middle of the screen. Select the third option, Voter Info, and then select Online Voter Tool from the drop-down menu. It's the sixth selection. You'll be taken to a screen that has 5 links listed vertically: Online Voter Tool, Confirm Your Voter Registration, Find Your Polling Place, View Sample Ballots, Track Your Absentee Ballot. It doesn't matter which one you click on because they all take you to the same site. Click on the Online Voter Tool, and you'll next be prompted to enter your first name, last name, and date of birth. Click Search, and the tool will pull up your voter profile. So, I have to confess, I love the Online Voter Tool, and I think everyone should use it. There is just so much useful information in your profile. The page generated by the Online Voter Tool allows you to see your voter ID number and verify your party registration, as well as identify your precinct. It also allows you to see the congressional district to which you're assigned for the U.S. House of Representatives, your state House and state Senate districts, county commissioner, school district and ward information for other school board and municipal elections. It also allows you to track your absentee ballot, if you've submitted one, and download sample ballots for upcoming elections. These are usually available 2 weeks prior to an election. Scroll to the bottom of your profile, and you'll be able to view the address for your polling location. It's really a one-stop shop for all the information you need about where to vote and what elections you are eligible to participate in. I love it. All right, so you know there's an election, and you even know where you're supposed to show up. Great. Now just make sure you get there anytime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Election Day, and you're all set. You also have the option to vote early. You can vote early at the County Election Board office in the county where you're registered to vote. Early voting hours are from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Thursday and Friday before all elections. For state and federal elections only, you may also vote on Saturday before the election. Saturday voting hours are from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. A couple of things to remember. Oklahoma requires proof of identity when voting, and you must verify your identity before casting your ballot. You may show any document issued by the United States, the state of Oklahoma, or a federally recognized tribal government if it includes your name, a photograph of you, and an expiration date that is later than the election in which you're voting. Acceptable examples include an Oklahoma driver's license, an Oklahoma identification card, a United States passport, or a United States military identification card. The law also requires that your name on your proof of identity match the name in your precinct registry. So, for example, if you're registered to vote using your first name, but your driver's license is under your middle name because that's how you prefer to be addressed, this would not count as valid identification. There are 2 ways in which you may vote without using a photo ID. You may show your free voter identification card issued by the county election board as proof of identity, even though it does not include a photograph. Or you can vote by provisional ballot and prove your identity by signing a sworn affidavit. If you do this, your ballot will be sealed and opened after Election Day. Additionally, you may use a tribal membership card if it includes your name and a photograph of you and is not expired. Bottom line, you must bring proper ID to vote. So you're in the voting booth. What now? Well, you don't need any special writing utensils to vote. There's no number 2 pencils required. Ballots in Oklahoma are filled out in ink, and pens are provided. You completely fill in the square next to your candidate of choice or your preferred answer to any state questions. You do not have to vote in every race. For instance, you can vote only in your state Senate race and not your state House race, and vice versa, and your ballot will still be counted. So don't ever let uncertainty about a particular race keep you from voting on a day where there are multiple offices or questions to be decided. Always show up to vote for the ones that you do feel strongly about. And when you're done, just slide your ballot into the voting machine, get your I voted sticker, and walk proudly back to your car. You just engaged with your government. Congratulations! You just let your voice be heard in the most profound way that we can in a democracy. Voting is how we hold our elected officials accountable, how we direct policy for our state, and how we embrace that most fundamental tenet of government in the United States, that it must be of the people, by the people, and for the people. Feel good about yourself. You just helped change the world. So, I know what you're thinking. We've just gone through the whole voting process in excruciating detail, but we haven't spent any time on what is arguably the most important part of this whole exercise: who and what you vote for. I'll be honest with you, it's not a question I can answer for you. Here on the pod, and in Let's Fix This as a whole, our goal is to encourage you to get involved and advocate for the issues about which you care the most. And we try really hard to make sure that you have good information to help you make those decisions. So, make sure you're tuning into the pod every week and following us on social media. We may not discuss every race in every county, in fact I promise we won't, but we will spend a lot of time discussing issues and candidates as we get closer to election season in November. Next, for individual candidates, be sure to check their websites and their social media accounts as well. Most candidate websites will have an issues page designed to inform you where he or she stands on a given topic. Also, many local news sites, nonprofits, and advocacy organizations will put out candidate comparison sheets or guides for particular state questions. These can be a great resource for comparing candidates or brushing up on a particular issue. They're generally widely available on social media. In fact, we'll be publishing a state question guide for the state questions that appear on the November ballot, so look for that as we get into the fall. Finally, talk to your friends, neighbors, family, and coworkers. Ask them what they think about a particular issue or candidate, and then think critically about whether or not you agree. Oftentimes people shy away from political talk for fear that it can become uncomfortable or offensive, but truthfully, we need to have more of these conversations, not less. Just be respectful, listen attentively, and have fun. Alright guys, that about wraps it up. One issue that we did not touch on this episode, just for the sake of brevity, is absentee voting. Oklahoma does allow you to vote by absentee ballot, even if you live here in the state. It can be useful, especially in big elections where there are lots of issues and candidates on the ballot. The absentee ballot is delivered in the mail several weeks before the election, giving you time to study all the candidates and issues in more detail. There are a couple of things to remember. You will be required to have the ballot and accompanying materials notarized prior to mailing it in. And if you request an absentee ballot but do not use it to vote, you may still vote in person at your normal polling place. However, you will be asked to sign an affidavit attesting to the fact that your absentee ballot went unused. For more information on voting with an absentee ballot and to sign up for this service, visit www.badvoter.org and click on the Vote by Mail button on the navigation bar. So, there you have it. Everything you wanted to know about how to vote in Oklahoma. Thanks for tuning in to this quick fix. We look forward to continuing to produce these episodes throughout the year. Please reach out on Facebook and Twitter to let us know what other topics you'd like us to explore. If you enjoyed this quick fix and other episodes of Let's Pod This, we'd love for you to rate us on iTunes, subscribe to the feed, and of course tell your friends. And always remember, decisions are made by those who show up.